Good morning, everybody. How are you doing today? And Merry Christmas. This is Eileen with Jane Nicole Designs, and I am coming to you from the panhandle of Idaho. Just got 3 inches, more inches of snow, and ready to celebrate the Christmas season. I hope you are as well. And just today, we are going to do something a little bit shorter, not too long of a project, but I was super excited when I saw this idea and kind of revamped a little bit myself. And we are going to make this cute little gnome. And what I love about it is I have a secret with it. This is what I made it from. I went to the dollar store and, excuse me, during the Thanksgiving season and got some of these, and I thought, oh, you know, I'll make some, you know, signs and different things like that. And, well, unfortunately, we kind of got sick in this household, and so we ended up just laying around for a few weeks. So anyway, long story short, it just didn't get done. And so I was trying to figure out, you know, what would I do with this? It's, you know, I could, excuse me, I could just keep it over the season, and then I have so many other crafts that I want to do. I thought, well, I need to make sure that I have room for what I'm going to be putting into the next season. And so I decided to do that. So I'm going to wait a few seconds here. If you can catch me on live, there's a few things just right as we start off. If you are watching this on the replay, go ahead and put hashtag replay in it. That lets me know where and when you're watching. Let me know where you're watching from and how your weather is. Like I said, we have probably about 5, I'm looking right out my window, we have about 5 inches of snow here. So love in Idaho as far as the snow goes, but I don't drive in it. So my husband Jeffrey takes me wherever I need to go, and I love it so much. So anyway, we just thought, you know, we'll just hang out for the season. We do have family coming, and they're going to be running over from Washington into the, so hopefully over the pass is okay, and then we'll be able to have festivities. So when you hop on, let me know what you're doing for the holidays. Are you going to be traveling, or are you going to be staying at home? Do you have snow? Let me know what's going on. So I just wanted to say Merry Christmas right off the bat, and then you know what, into the new year, I have some plans. So I hope that you will come along with me in my crafting journey. If you want to follow me, go ahead and do Jane Nicole Designs. If you want to do Facebook, Etsy, and I do have janenicoledesigns.com that goes right to my Etsy store. So today, my t-shirt, this is, I know, sorry, it's backwards, but it says Maui Christmas. And then right at the bottom here, it says purr, purr, purr. So I'm a big cat lover. And so I just thought, you know what, this is about as crafty or as ugly sweater as I get. And so I thought, you know what, let's bring in the Christmas season with a kitty shirt. So anyways, but all right, so let's get started. I know some of you gals are hopping online and ready to watch. Good morning, how are you? And we will get started with this project, and I will show you step by step what I did to make this gnome, and then I'm gonna do a little twist at the end, so keep watching. Okay, so this is the whole project, and I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek in the back. This opens up, and you see there I have some pipe cleaners. They're gonna be holding up the hat, but I wanted to make sure that when I had this, I mean, some of them you could actually bend it down if you wanted to and then put a hanger lower down, but I just actually wanted to hang him right from the top of this. So let's get started. I'm going to put him right back here so you can kind of see a little bit. See, let me get it there so you can see where we're going. There we go. And so all I did, this is, like I said, this is the Acorn. We just, like I said, I just went to the dollar store and picked up a few of these. Like I said, I was thinking long and hard as far as, okay, what am I going to do with this? And like I said, here we go. So today I'm going to be using, this is Waverly, and it's white, and it is a matte finish. So go ahead and screenshot that. I know, sorry, it's backwards, but it is a crafter's nightmare to be able to flip and do and whatever with the camera. So thank you for being so forthcoming and being able to bear with me as far as that goes. Okay, so I'm actually just gonna put, it looks like I'm gonna take it from the bottom. Or I'm just gonna open up a new one. I got this Waverly Paint at Walmart, and I think it's like $10 for it. And I always buy a smaller one first, just to see if I'm going to be using it. And then if I really like it and I think I'm going to be using something like that over and over again, then I will go buy the big one. So it's nice to be able to do that. Not all of the colors are in the big and small kind of thing. So do make sure that if you can get it in the big and small, I'm just looking for my, there we go, Kleenex. It looks like somebody lifted my my baby wipes. So today I'm going to be using some Kleenex. All right, let me get my specs on so I can be able to see once you hit 50. Watch out, because there's a few things that end up going south and I'm wearing cheaters instead. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of this paint in my tray. And this tray here, I went to the Goodwill thrift shop and just went, it was like $1. And the cool thing is once this kind of builds up with paint, then you can just peel it right out. Good morning, Judy. It's good to see ya. All right, so I'm just gonna put, this is the chalk. So I'm just gonna put one coat on it. And so when you're doing chalk paint, you could put a primer on it. This is pine, it looks like, wood, and so it will soak up. But I want it to look a little bit distressed and not completely bright white everywhere. Because, you know, with a gnome, we're going to be doing his beard, and his beard, you know, guys' beards are not always all the same color. So we're going to kind of make it halfway realistic. And I'm going to make sure that I get in each of these little crevices here. See how it has a little back piece of board that holds it together. And I want to make sure that I get into the crease there and make sure that that stays okay. Here we go. So now you're hopping online. What are your holiday plans? Are you going to be traveling? And are you going to be flying? Are you going to be driving? And what's your weather like? What are you waking up to this morning? I said, I'm waking up to some more snow, about 5 inches or so. And I am staying indoors today. Good morning, Denny. How are you? It's good to see ya. All right. So I'm not going to go all over the whole back of it because it's only going to be a wall hanging. It's going to be a one-sided project. But I do want to make sure there's this kind of like this brown, it's almost like it's burned on the ends there, and I don't really want that. I just want it all white. We'll make sure that that goes in on each side of the pieces of wood here so that it is all white. There we go. And this brush here, I got it at Walmart. It's just a nice painting brush, and it puts a nice coat on it. So like I said, I'm only going to do this once because I'll show you here. It covers really well. See that? Cool, Judy. Yeah, that's awesome. Your grandkids? Yep, coming. I know my daughter's coming, and I'm so excited. She leaves tomorrow with her husband and going up over Snoqualmie, and so we're just praying that they make it over okay and that the weather holds out until they get here. Okay, so I'm gonna just make this a little bit more of an express project, and I'm going to shoot it with the hair dryer. Excuse the noise here. Set this off to the side. We're going to be doing one more painting project or step before we go and do the there. So we're just going to set it off to the side. Okay, so today, remember last time we had talked about when we do I do a project, I like to build up and make sure that when I have stuff, I have enough stuff for a project. And so what I do is I make sure that you know, I have a spot. And once in a while I've been doing like boxes and things like that. But last week I decided, you know what, I have some really pretty serving trays that I don't use very often. And so I thought, you know what, why don't we just display it in my craft room and make sure. So I'm gonna show you, this is what sits on my desk. And this is super fun. It's just kind of my idea of this is what the next project is going to be. And like I said, we've got all different styles and things like that. Look closely on there, and if there's something that you would be like, I want to see that on this project, I'll let you know how it goes. So in the comments there, what are the flowers and what are the things that you see that you would love to see on this little gnome? So I'll put that off to the side. In our next painting project, I got these ones, I believe at the dollar store. This is just a little pack of ornaments. And I know really popular right now with the gnomes is, let me look here, is there it is the wooden beads. And I had the wooden bead there and I painted it, and with our project, it looked tiny. So, and I didn't have any other beads and I wasn't gonna go shopping. So see this little bead here? It was tiny, not really. So I made sure that I had a couple extra for this, and I am just going to take one of these ornaments and I'm gonna paint it. They have a little bit of a little, like a casing that you put to hang it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take it and pull that off. There we go. And then I'm gonna take my pliers here, and I'm actually just gonna cut this piece off. See there's that little piece. I want it to lay flat. So, yep, it's gone. So that's how I wanna do it. This is gonna be my nose. So I'm gonna take a skewer because I do not want this to get all over my hands. And I am going to take a paintbrush. This one here, get the right paintbrush here. There it is. This is like a stipple brush, and you can use it for pounding paint and things like that. But I'm going to use it just to tap on, because I don't really want this super streaky. I just want to actually kind of have it look a little bit more like skin tone, as far as, you know, our skins unfortunately are not completely, let me put my finger on the top. They're not completely smooth, unfortunately. Some of us wish that we would, but so I'm just gonna tap it and make sure that I get it all the way around. Let's do this. There it goes. And then the last thing I'll do is make sure where my finger was. There we go. We'll just tap it on that. Okay, and then I'm gonna let this sit to dry. There we go. Okay, so that's all the painting that we're gonna be doing. So tell me if you like gnomes. There's some people that love gnomes, and there's some people that are like, no, it's no gnome. Okay, so this right now is pretty well dry. There we go. See that? It's one coat and you're done. I love it that it's matte. finish. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do is I was trying to figure out what we were going to do to make sure that you could hang this. And this is what I came up with. And if you have a better idea or a suggestion, I would love to see it in the comments, what you would do if you were me trying to put this together. So in my project here, I have 2 little holes from the hanger. And I'm just going to make sure there's some paint in there, and I want it to be completely gone. There we go. All right, so here's the 2 holes in there that we're going to use to be able to hang this gnome. And all I did was put 2 of them together, twist a little bit just so that it has some sturdiness to it. I could see you using maybe floral wire. I do have a big spool of copper wire that would be, it's pretty sturdy, but I wanted the option to be able to move the hat and flip it back and forth. So this is how I'm gonna do it for this project. So make sure they stay together, and then go ahead and just feed them in. And all I did was just pull it up, and then I'm gonna twist it. There we go. There is one. And I like it because it already gives me that pattern of where to put my hat and how to put it down. So I like that idea of doing that. So, okay, so twist it, make sure that it is sturdy together, feed it through. Make sure I get it together. There we go. Perfect. And then feed it up through. Oh, let's make sure that it's, there we go. Ta-da! All right, so feed it back through, give it a twist. Let's make sure these are going together again. And then, how I want this to go, I'm going to flip it so you can see it, is I want to make sure that it is a triangle. And then I'm just going to take the top here and I'm going to twist it together. There you go. Isn't that crazy? An acorn with a couple pair pipe cleaners, and we've got a gnome. Okay. All right, so this is what we're going to use. This is just a little, I think it's like an 18 by 18 square of flannel. And the one here on the example, this is kind of, it's the same thing. It's a little bit of a flannel. I got these at Walmart, I believe, and they were in a pack of like 6 or 7. So, oh, sounds like somebody's at the door. My dog's saying hi. Okay, so what we're gonna do is on the gnome here. Oh, hold on, we got some white things going on here. There we go. I had a little pink for my hand on there, so we're gonna make sure that it is all gone. Okay, so this is how I want to do it. I want him to have a little bit of some ears down here. We're not going to actually see it, but that is okay. And I'm just going to fold it back and turn it over. So right in the middle. And I'm going to do a little bit of gluing here with my hot glue gun just to kind of make it, there. Hold on here, let's see, make sure. Let's get going here. Okay. And then I'm just going to push this down and make sure that I have a little bit of an end there, and I'm gonna actually just take that off. So making sure where my piece is to be able to do that, I'm just gonna cut right down the end. And that will help us to be able to not make it too bulky, but it'll be thick enough so that it'll have a little bit of leeway. So this is what we're doing. Isn't that cool? Loving it. All right, and what we want to do is we want to make sure that it's not too, here, right here is where my, the end of my pipe cleaners are. So this is how we're going to do it. This is what it looks like. Isn't that cool? All right, and so I want to make sure that it doesn't have too much fluff so that it doesn't fall down too quickly here. So I'm going to take a little bit off of the top right here, and go ahead and just, you can eyeball this. It's not anything too precise, but I want to make sure that when I hang it, that it's going to hang right on that little piece where the pipe cleaners are. So, and we will glue these down, don't worry, we'll glue this down in the front and make sure that it's okay. There we go. There we go. All right. So how I'm going to tie this off, this is just jute wire or jute string, and I'm going to actually just take a little spot here, make sure where, you know what, it's one of those where by the end of the time I'm done with jute, I have like 6 different pieces, but that's okay. There we go. We're just going to do that. We're not spending that much time trying to find the end. Cool. All right. And so this is from the back. I'm just going to take it and I'm going to wrap it around. Let's see, make sure where my little pipe cleaner is, and I'm going to wrap it around a few times, and then I'm going to flip it over, and then I am just going to tie it in a bow. So I'm going to, there we go. Now you can see it. How I do that? Thumb over the top and underneath. And go ahead and put whatever size of bow you want. I'm just going to put a little one, and I will go down here. There we go. Okay, so now we are ready. We're ready to put on the fluff. And I'm gonna do it backwards, sorry, so I can see it. But I wanna make sure that it has a little bit of down there, a little bit of ear. And so I'm gonna take my glue gun, and this is my favorite glue gun. It is Gorilla. It's from Gorilla. I got it at Walmart. Best glue gun ever. It doesn't burn, like it's a dual temperature. It's got a couple different temperatures on it, so I don't have to worry about gluing myself. It's right now it's on floral, so it's not as hot, and I don't really need it that as hot. Okay, so here we go. Now I want it to not look super flat. So you see here, this has got a little bit of dimension to it, and I want to keep that going throughout my project. So I just took a little bit of fluff, and like I said, I always like to make sure that it's a little bit of dimension in all my projects. So I'm just going to take it, see where that little stem is? I'm just going to put it in there, rearrange it a little bit, turn it around, see if that works. Yep, it's a little fluffy. Let's bring it out to the side. There we go. And do you see how that just brings a little bit, if I wanted it to go there, or if I wanted it that way, it just brings a little bit of dimension out there. So I love it. Okay, so now, here's the fun part. I went and found at Joann's, this is fur. And you know how you can get it in the big, huge sheets? I wasn't really looking for the big, huge sheets because of this was my beard. So I was like, okay, I just need just a little bit. And what we're gonna do today is I'm just gonna put it a little past the back here and make sure that it is just right up against that piece of fabric. So super simple, not too hard. I want to put it where the stuffing is starting so that it looks like that. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back here. Hold it down for a minute. If it gets too hot, go ahead and give a popsicle stick. This is just a skewer from my kitchen. So when I do kebabs, I put that on there. Okay, go ahead. Push that down. Okay, he's looking gnomish, isn't that cool? Okay. All right, so got that done. And now we can just fluff it up a little bit. I am gonna leave this open because I will show you and tell you what we're gonna do. That's part of the surprise today. We're gonna be able to, I'm gonna do this one here, but we are gonna be able to use that opening for something really cool. There we go. And all I do is just want a little bit of an opening right here. There we go. Okay. All right, let's let that set up for just a moment. And while we're letting that set up, I think you could leave the top like this, or this is what I like. I'm just gonna take my scissors and I'm just gonna put a few little cuts in the top to make it look a little fluffy. Like I said, wherever you'd like to do it, you can make it as thick or thin of pieces that you want to. And then pull it out this way. Go ahead and you can fold it in half, and that makes it twice as fast. Make sure the back's okay. All right. And there we go. See how that is? I'm gonna fluff it up. Hi Renee, it's good to see ya. Good morning. There we go. So now we have a little spritzy, some fun of a top to our hat. Like I said, you can leave it just like that, or you can keep it all together. It's what you'd like to do. Okay, so looks like my nose is not dry as much, so let me dry that. And this is plastic, so it does dry really quick. I love it. Okay, so now we're gonna look and say, okay, let's move this out a little bit. Now we get to put our nose on the gnome. So let me move this out a little bit so I can stuff it in there. And just go ahead and actually put the little piece here up over the gnome, and see how it has the little hole in the back. I'm gonna put that right there so it gets all covered up. So let's do that. Let's put some glue here, put it in there and push down. I'm gonna let it set for just a minute, a few seconds, so that it does stay together. And we're gonna push it just like that. All right, I'm gonna hold it there because I wanna make sure that our gnome doesn't lose his nose. There we go. Isn't that so fun? I love it. Okay, now let's make sure I have a little bit of, there we go. We're just gonna take a little bit of the fuzz and kind of fluff it out a little bit. Okay, all right, so there's our gnome. We have one thing left to do on the beard. And what I love about the beard, we're gonna make it a little bit sparkly because I'm a sparkly gal. I wanna make sure everything has a little bit on there. And all I'm gonna do, this is Mod Podge, flip it around. And we have, this one here is matte finish. I am just gonna take the Mod Podge And you can't really see it very well, but I'm gonna load up my brush and I'm gonna put the Mod Podge just right at the end. I don't want his beard all sparkly, but I do want to make sure that I have a little bit up the sides. There we go. He can be a little sparkly. There. Okay, and then I'm gonna put that off to the side, and what I'm gonna do now is I just gonna take an old piece of paper that I have here in my stash of stuff. Let me get one. Oh, there we go. Let's just get an old piece of cardstock here. All right, put that underneath, and I am gonna use glitter. And this glitter, I got this at Walmart. So like $3, super cool. And it's chunky. It's got lots of surface space. So I like this because it'll give a little bit of a glitter and then be able to, I'm gonna just tap it a little bit so that that Mod Podge stays in there. I wanna make sure that that happens and stays on. Tap it off. And now we have a little bit of sparkle in there. Okay. All right, put this off to the side. I'll put that back in there. I always make sure that I have enough glitter. And the fun part about that glitter is usually if I'm using like Prisma or Diamond Dust, there's always some type of little fluffy, sparkly. With this, you don't, I mean, there's really hard to have a big, huge piece like that of glitter. So when I go out after I'm crafting and using this glitter, it's a little bit more forgiving. I usually end up having a piece here or something around, and so I make sure that it's not all over my face, but you know, a little sparkle here and there is okay. Okay, so we're just gonna set that off to the side, let that just dry a little bit. And so what I'm gonna do now is, and here is the fun part, this is the little extra that I was talking to you about. So this right here, I made this a Christmas one. It's definitely not any other season because there's Christmas balls, there's actually holly and whatnot, so this is definitely the Christmas theme. But I was going to go ahead and put on, this is a definite Christmas theme, right? So I'll show you that. But today I'm gonna do a little bit of a twist. I am going to actually use a little bit of Velcro. And this is just Velcro I got at Joann's, I think it is, one of those. So I'm gonna take a piece, right about there. And we are going to use this as part of our styling of each of the things I'm going to put on the hat. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to leave it off to the side because that is what is going to go on my gnome. And this piece right here is going to go on what I'm going to be making to put on my gnome. So I have some things here, I'll show you. How about we're going to make it a spring theme or a Valentine theme. Look at this here. These are beautiful leopard print. So I was thinking in my mind, all right, when I was trying to decide what to do, what if we used the Velcro and made little pieces that we could change out the gnome each season? So I love that idea because sometimes I have storage in my house, but sometimes I just don't have storage for every little tiny piece of what I'm doing. So either I've got to sell it, get rid of it, or this is a really great idea to be able to change it up into the different seasons. So go ahead, this has a little piece of clear backing on it that you can just pick off and see how that does that. And now I am ready to design each of my seasons to put on my gnome. So I want to make sure that I have, I'm going to do the spring one. I'm going to do this one first. So tell me what seasons you think it would be a good to be able to change each of these out, or occasion. What about a birthday gnome? I think that's kind of cool too. All right, so I'm also going to do a little bit of glue as well. My My glue gun just went out of glue, so let me put that in there. There we go. So we're gonna put this right on the side. Make sure that I'm gonna go ahead and just plop it right there. And then I'm gonna hold on to it with my finger. We're gonna put a little bit more glue on there. We're gonna tuck one on the top there. There we go. And I'm gonna just tuck in, the glue is still warm. So I'm gonna tuck in some of these little sprigs of greenery. And depending on how big you want each of these flowers, you're welcome to design it however you would like. See that? This is super fun. Okay, I'm gonna put another sprig right off to the side here. And you can make your gnome stand out any way you would like. All right, so there's my first one. This is gonna be my springtime. And if I wanted to, I saw this. This is super cool. So we're gonna put this together and then I'll show you what we're gonna do here. Oh, let's get that back on here. There we go. And we're gonna turn it upside down so it can dry. Okay, so here is my piece of Velcro. I'm gonna take it off here. Make sure that, see if I can get this off quickly without too much array of trying to get it off. Let's use my poker pen. There we go. There it comes. All right. So there it is. It's got some adhesive. I'm actually going to do a little bit of double duty, and I'm going to put some hot glue on it. And see that? I'm just going to put it right up on the top. Okay. And then, looks like, yep, it's ready. Then now you can go ahead and look at that. I love this idea to be able to change out 2 seasons, 3 seasons, 4 seasons, and then I got this here and I thought, oh, you know what? This is going to be Valentine's soon. So this is just a little battery operated and I'm just going to put it in here. Tuck it in the back here. And look how fun this can be. Isn't that awesome? So these little hearts come off and you can actually pull this off, put it up here, put it back on, and then you can start moving it around however you would like. But look how fun. If it was dark out, we'd be able to see it. These are all lit up hearts. And so I thought, oh, that's super cute. I'm gonna do that for February, okay? But look at this, super easy to change out. And when Valentine's is done, springtime is over, I can just take this off here. See how it's got the Velcro on the back? Totally changeable. And what if we did a different season? Same thing, I'm gonna take a piece of the Velcro, put this on here. Oh, it's pretty, there we go. And we're going to use the fluffy side because the hooks are on the other side. There we go. We're gonna pull this off first because I want to make sure that that's okay. There we go. put it down. And what if we went into the 4th of July? Isn't that cool? This is gonna be my 4th of July. And I'm gonna put this right on the end. There we go. So I did that, I just put it right on the end. And then I'm gonna put 2 more on here. This one I don't think I'm gonna put any greenery. I just want it, just these 3 flowers. But see how easy that is? And I could see if you wanted to do stars on it, if you wanted to put a little bit of glitter to it, I think that would be super cool. There we go. And then go ahead . There we go. And now we've just changed out our gnome to a little bit of a July, 4th of July, Independence gnome. So this I can see with all sorts of seasons. Look at this. This would be beautiful during the fall. I've got some leather leaves here. I think I'll make this afterwards here. But see how that's super fun, and you can just go ahead and take each of these Velcro things off each time. See how they just pop right off? And because we use the buffalo check here, look at that. We can change him out in any type of season. So see what you can do with this idea. If you want to go ahead and make one of these, like I said, I got the Acorn at the dollar store. I'm sure that you can find more of these around town, around your town. But if you make this project, go ahead and shoot me a picture of it. Comment in the section, comment down there what gnome season or color scheme that you would do if this was your project. So I just wanted to spend a few moments with you before the holiday season starts, and I am going to just wish you a big happy Merry Christmas. I hope that you are spending it with family and friends, and being able to hopefully, if you have snow, a white Christmas. Let me know in the comments. After the video goes, I watch parts of it and make sure that all of what I say is right, and I'm not telling you something that's completely off. So if there's something that's completely off, I'll put it in the comments and say, whoops. But I want to make sure that you have the same fun journey as I am. Come along with me, and I will see you next week. And next week's going to be, I think, some New Year's. So we'll be able to have a little bit of fun doing some pre-New Year's festivities. So thank you so much for watching. If you want to follow me on Facebook at Jane Nicole Designs. If you see anything back here, there's a few things that are still in my Etsy shop. If you want to purchase them, it is Eileen. You can go to janenicoledesigns.com and look for me. My name's Eileen. It's super easy to find out where you can get that stuff. So please comment, let me know how you're doing. Merry Christmas, and we will see you next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Thanks for watching.